Welcome to Atlantic Tarot. This is the tarot forecast for Taurus for the month of September, including late August 2023. So Taurus, we are in your cousin sign of Virgo, so the element being earth, so hopefully a very grounded month. You are in your 5th house, which is the house of creativity, fun, babies, all that sort of thing, new life. So the energy around is 2 of Cups. 2 of Cups is indeed that soulmate card. It's your sort of, yeah, you just fit with this person. It's just such a great connection between the two of you. Having said that, it's also, that can mean soulmate isn't just all fun and loveliness. It can sort of dig up lots of things within that need looking at by your significant other. So we will just proceed with that lovely 2 of Cups. So soulmate action. This also could be some kind of career or hobby or anything that sort of gives you that big emotional sort of, I've found it, this is, you know, I've found where I want to be, I've found who I want to be with for this time, all that kind of energy. So with that said, it's pretty nice where you are now. 5 of Pentacles, so a big change kind of on the day-to-day, remembering that the minor cards are always about just the day-to-day stuff. They're not major cards about the work you have to do. So the 5 of Pentacles is about standing on the outside, basically looking in, because you don't feel like joining in somewhat, but you're quite happy to just observe. It's not a time for you, specifically Taurus, to be right in on the celebrations or whatever's going on in the house, 5th house. It's just about you sort of, and also going through a big change. The wheel of change is definitely turning for you at the moment. So don't be alarmed if you just feel a bit like standing on the outside looking in or out in the cold. Just go with that. It's minor, it's not a major, but just try and go with the wheel of change in this case. The influencing card, the World. So we have the end of a cycle coming up, and it's a major card. So obviously things are coming to an end. So it's about sort of, I guess, embracing this change that's going on, and maybe you're sort of about to leave a place or leave a group of people in order, because you're moving somewhere else, you're going somewhere else, so that you have to kind of, in a way, subconsciously move away from that place or those people in your mind and in your soul. You sort of know, okay, I won't invest too much here because I know I've got to be going, something's coming to an end and I've got to go with the flow because it's where I'm going to be from now on in. Interesting. So let's have a look at the background. And we have the beautiful Temperance. So indeed, divine time. So that kind of really resonates with what we've got here. Divine time sort of says everything's right for that change to come to an end, or that cycle to come to an end. This is the time for you to be doing what you're doing at the moment. So timing is everything, as we know. So that would be July, August, sort of really gearing up and sort of knowing in your heart too that things are changing, but now is the time to go with that change and go with that end of a cycle. Absolutely, with Temperance. And Temperance is the card for Sagittarians. So it can, obviously, it also has that meaning of, you know, travel and movement, travel more or less. Because that's what Sagittarians are known for, is their wanderlust, travel, sort of, they love it, in other words. I can't think of the word right now, but Let's see, recent influences coming in, and we've got the Nine of Swords. So obviously when the Nine of Swords does come in, it's a bit of a panicky sort of energy. It's free-floating anxiety, really worrying what's going to come. Can I control this? Oh, I feel anxious. I'm worried about what if it doesn't work out? What if? But, and can also be sleepless nights and just worrying unnecessarily about something, the unknown basically. So put that to sleep and just say, well, no. Well, of course, a little bit of anxiousness is required whenever you're coming to the end of a cycle, so you need to sort of go with that, but just quiet down the mind, because the mind can conjure up all sorts of scenarios that often do not come to fruition or anything. Okay, so that's the recent energy, and that makes sense in what we've got sitting here already, Taurus. Let's skip on to see what your lesson is for this time. And we've got the Queen of Pentacles, which is indeed your queen. So it's all about home and hearth. It's all about you. You can go wherever you want to go and do whatever you want to do, because home is where you go. So you will still remain that Queen of Pentacles that you are, the Queen of Earth, the Earth Queen. So it's all about, and it's about, you know, your family, your children, your partner, just your home life is very sort of, you are where home is when you get the Queen of Pentacles. So it's a nice card for the lesson, because it's telling you you'll be fine. You'll still create home wherever you go, if indeed you are going somewhere. Some of you may not be, but it's just a reminder to sort of stay in who you are, being the Queen of Pentacles, very grounded, very much a family woman, caring about family and friends as well. Friends can become family to you as well. So it's a really nice card to get. Let's see what's coming up in the near future. And we've got the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords just basically means going from a rough period of time where things were fraught, you were worrying about things seemingly weren't going the way you wanted to, you were too much in your head. But with the Six of Swords, it sort of signifies that things are going to be a lot calmer from here on in, which is always good, especially when you've been through a difficult time. And especially in our minds too, Taurus, you're very much earth people. So you're very sort of you've got your feet on the ground, but whenever these swords, this air, mind energy comes in it, like it disturbs most people, but you, above all people, because you are very grounded, find it quite uncomfortable, to say the least. We all do, but the earth people even more so. So things getting better for you, Taurus. So that's another great card to have. Let's see what's happening that you're not realising. And we have the Sun. So the Sun is the great illuminator. So that is showing you the way. Everything is under that microscope of the Sun. And the Sun gets into every nook and cranny and shows up every crack. And everything that needs to be seen is seen with the Sun. So don't forget. It's also a very good card for health, well-being. It's a yes answer card, so if you get it, it's sort of answering all this anxiety here. It's answering it and saying, yeah, well, of course, there'll be ups and downs, but you will be able to see everything for what it is. So not to worry too much. Use the energy of the Sun, even though it's sitting here and you're not realising it, but you have that to see. And you know, you will. We always get through everything. So don't worry so much about the big change that's upon you. How others see you. The Emperor. So the Emperor, very much an Aries card, big card, in control, having achieved a lot. Usually the Emperor is very much a person that's got to the top of the tree as far as where he wants to be in the world. The very masculine energy as well, but he's got there by sheer hard work. It hasn't just been plonked in his lap. So this is how people are seeing you, very much in control of what's going on. feeling that sort of energy, and they see you as this person in control and absolutely have, you know, conquered all the mountains that you've wanted to climb have been done. So it's a lovely card for you to be seen as Taurus. It's very much the Emperor in control as well. There's a lot of issues with control too, so reflect on that as well for yourself. I always think with the Emperor, because he can be controlling, but that's how he's got to where he is, sorry. So there you go. That's very much, as I said, an Aries card. So it's very sort of fast, furious, very much independent. So energy. So it's good, actually. Okay, let's now see what you're feeling positive about for this 4 weeks. Page of Cups, beautiful card, new child energy. This could be a new child welcomed into the family. Congratulations, Ronnie Taylor. Very beautiful card. New energy coming in, full of hope. Just an emotional real spark that's just going to grow and grow into something that is an overwhelming emotion of love. It can be, for some of you, you've met somebody, that's that Two of Cups as well, that the sparks there. So it's about you. Do you want to sort of go and see where that leads you or not? And it's in positive feelings, so I guess you do. So that's lovely. That's the meanings of the Page of Cups, especially in your reading today. Okay, let's see the outcome. And we've got the Four of Cups. So then we sort of come down a sort of level a bit with the Four of Cups. There's a bit of a disappointment about things towards the end of September, where you just feel like, oh, look, I've got everything, but, oh, you know, the shine's gone off, and now I just want more. What more can I have? So that's a card of us just sort of, we all feel like that. But you've got to sort of give yourself a talking to and say, no, look, everything's great, it's fine, but you've been on a high, and then you sort of things become much more back down to earth kind of energy. So remember to sort of look at what you have got. Don't look at what you haven't got, because that's the quest we're all on. We all want this high to last forever, and it doesn't. But it's about then sort of using the energy of the Four of Cups to be grateful for what we've got. Okay, so I think we'll put the Oracle card of the Wisdom of Avalon onto the Four of Cups, because we'll see, let's see what's needs clarifying with that Four of Cups, especially after quite an interesting reading for you. Right, so let's have a look. And it is the Spider, creative projects, and it's number 15. So the messages are: the Spider reminds you that you have within you the gift to create meaningful, purposeful work. Within you is the artist waiting to be expressed. Think about this. Do you write in a journal each day? Do you draw, paint, cook, or play music? Do you realise that everything you do on a daily basis is an act of co-creation with the divine? The Spider signals that it's time to be aware of your responsibility for the creations in your life. Maybe you need to rethink an issue or apply your inner artist to find a solution. If you're unhappy with anything, ask yourself, how can I create a better, more productive and loving experience for myself and others? Whether you see yourself as an artist or not, you're always co-creating with the divine. You are the architect of your own happiness and fulfillment. What life are you building? Don't just sit there. This is your time to create. Now that's very apt, seeming you are in the 5th house of creativity, that we get that at the end, and then especially it kind of really does sort of, what's that word? It clarifies the Four of Cups. So it's like Four of Cups, don't rest on your laurels. Use this time to be creative or just you know, get out of that sort of slump and go, yeah, well, I'm going to try this, I'm going to do this, I'm going to, whatever it is, to pour your energy into something to stop you feeling like, oh, I've come back to earth with a thud. So thanks very much for listening. Talk next time, Taurus.